We're not the same as they are. As you know, they have 5 to 10% Neanderthal DNA and other stuff that we don't have. So we digest things differently. Our medical is different. What takes to cure them from doctors doesn't cure us. So we digest things differently. Our medical is different. What takes to cure them? I hear a playback. Doesn't cure us. So is that coming from me? Digest things differently. Our medical is different. What takes to cure them? I hear a playback. Doesn't cure us. That must be you. So is that coming from me?
Yeah. It's like you're live, and then it's like you're live, and then at the same time it's kind of
turn your speaker down just a little bit, so it doesn't echo and all that stuff. You're getting feedback. That's why it's good to use headphones. That way you got headphones. Yeah. That's why it's good to use headphones. Cool. All gone.
Much better now?
It's perfect.
Totally cool. Much perfect.
One good thing that we have is we grow muscle much faster, and our testosterone lasts longer in our body. That's why white folks have to have testosterone replacement in the early 40s. We go on to our 60s with high testosterone levels. So there's a difference. There's big differences between our two groups. We build muscle much faster. That's why the biggest threat to white bodybuilders are black dudes. And that's why stories got real popular, and then black guys jumped in and we started using shit. Yeah. And all she wrote.
Gotcha.
So your body's gonna develop real fast. You'll notice you'll develop much faster than people around you. We just got it like
that. That's what's up.
Yeah. As a trainer, I've noticed how different races develop over the years. I noticed, African Americans and basically black fellas, they develop really fast. It's like on a weekly basis, you see changes. And the ones that don't were the Caucasian folks, unless they're Italian. Italian women, they develop really fast. Also, that's about it. So you're doing, what are you doing for your workout?
My workouts, I'm doing just the regular curls and I'm doing the regular curls. I'm doing the regular curls, and then I'm doing what else I'm doing? Push-ups, planks, pretty much. I'm working on my core a lot, and been working on my core. Been working on my lower body, doing stamina. Get on the treadmill. I do a lot of running around the park most of the time, so I can build up my heart rate. So the cardiovascular. So pretty much just the regular light workouts, but a lot of repetition.
That won't build a lot of size on you. If you want to get size, you gotta stop running around so much, because you're a lean person. So it's going to be harder for you to put on, or more different for you. It'll be different than someone who's stocky putting on muscle. You don't want to burn up all the muscles you put on. You don't want to do a lot of planks, push-ups, all that kind of stuff. You basically want to get up on the iron. If you want to build some size to you, then you got to get up under the iron. That means you got to go to the gym. First start with your legs. Do a full body workout each time. Only work out about 40 minutes. At the 40 minutes, just stop what you're doing, walk out. But try to get everything done. Walk to the gym, do leg extensions and warm your knees up. That's the first thing. Warmed up, because you do your legs first. Your legs are the prime movers, the biggest muscle in your body, so they take the most energy. After you warm your knees up with extensions, do about 2 sets of 20 reps on the extension, where you sit down, extend your legs forward. Okay, go get up under the leg press machine and stack the plates on to where you can get 15 reps out, and that's it. And try to do 3 sets of 15. That'll build your thighs up. Then go to the leg curl machine, do 3 sets of 15, or to failure on the leg curl machine. Then get up and go to the bench press, grab some dumbbells, because you want your pecs to get big. do the slight 25-degree incline on the bench press. Instead of that high 45-degree angle, go real low, just a slight incline on it. And take the dumbbells, take them all the way down to the stretch, and then blast it up. Do your warm-up set, then do 3 sets to failure, as many reps as you can. Every 2 weeks, add 5 pounds to it.
5 bells?
5 pounds, yeah, 5 pounds to the weight. Every 2 weeks, not every 2 weeks, add 5 pounds to it. If you're getting, well, basically, if you're getting more than 15 reps, it's too light. It should be heavy enough to where it stops you around 8 to 10 reps when you start doing the failure, okay? That'll build the muscle real fast, especially on us black guys. It'll build like magic. After that, go do your back muscle, which is the pull downs. Don't do pull-ups. They're great, but do actual pull downs. Close grip. So when you do the close grip, your hands go in that position. That's that U-shaped handle, or even the little triangle. Anything that makes your hands go like this. Because when you rotate your hands like this, you activate your lat muscle on the side more. So, you sit back, you pull it to your chest. That'll develop your back muscle and your wing spread. After that, go do your lateral raises, or do the exercise that I put up on my channel. The front raise, side raise, upright rows, overhead, and bent over one. Just pipe it into your phone, follow it with me. Use about 15-pound dumbbells. Your shoulder caps will get to where they're like caps bursting out of your shoulders. It'll put all the striations, the roundness, everything in there. Then go do your biceps and triceps. Try to superset those. Do the bicep curls followed by the tricep press down. Just take a pair of dumbbells to the rope tricep press down machine and do as many curls you can to total failure. Then grab the tricep, pump it. Then rest for 30 seconds, do it again. Jack it out, man. And then put it down, pump it. That'll blast your arms so they'll start growing real fast. Then this should only take about 30 minutes to do if you do it right. Go down, get a plate, a 45-pound plate, put it either on your chest or behind your head, and do as many crunches as you can. That'll build up the ab muscles. You're done. That's a basic workout that you can walk in and out the gym. It's 40, 45 minutes, and your body will start growing. Do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you're not recovered by Wednesday, then do it on Thursday. Just do it 2 days a week. When you're able to be recovered by Wednesday, do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Don't bother writing it down. You just play this back and write it down from there.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll get you size that you'll be proud of. Because you already got a small waist, so you have that V shape. That back will come up, and the shoulders will be there.
Gotcha.
You see those lean brothers with the broad shoulders and the V shape, the cobra head? That's what you'll turn into. And chicks dig that. They like the lean, but they dig that shape with that muscle busting out.
Right.
I'll just remember my young days when I used to wear overalls and nothing else. And I was ripped, man. I was shredded. And chicks always would turn their head. And that's back in the days, overalls were popular. So go for it, man. So how's your game?
It's getting better. It's been improving. I've been actually, like I said, I read your 7 steps mostly every single day. And what I do is I always take each one. It's pretty much like I do a complete start over. Like I go from like day 1 and do like, the 25 approaches. You say go from like the plain Janes to like, to Goonie Goo Goo to anything. So I pretty much just do everything all over again. I just recently watched a drama movie in complete silence. Painful 2 hours, but I read the body language and saw the pretty much the eye contact, saw how people. When I was like really focusing on like reading people's lips, because I try to like imagine myself as like being deaf, so I had to like do the best I can to like read lips and body language. And I'm about to go on to the step 2 process, is where watch a drama movie, have it completely turned up, but then have the screen covered, and then imagine like what's going on. Conversation's been amazing.
Good.
I have, as you know, I've been traveling, so I have one in Toronto, and then of course my starter in Mexico. So as of now, I just have 2. Working on the one in Houston that I mentioned to you about when I showed you the text messages and the.
Wait. You haven't settled that yet?
I'm sorry?
You haven't settled that chick yet?
No, because we're both flight attendants for different airlines, so like our
Yeah.
schedule's so different. So like I actually haven't got like a set time yet. But other than that,
Uh,
everything's been great. You know, I've been good.
Good, good.
Thanks to you.
How's the mind fucking going?
It's going well. I actually working on like using my words and my diction and articulation very good. And I've been actually like focusing on like the right things to say, not trying to like make it scripted, but I've actually, you know, read books and, you know, actually like starting to build my vocabulary. So, you know, I can actually use those words to actually, you know, get into the back of the head. So then, you know, I could be more of an intellectual, not more like, you know, so super brainy, like where I'm way up here and they're down here, but where I'm trying to like, you know, level it out. So, you know, I can at least stimulate, have a good stimulation, intellectual conversation. And the mind fucking has been amazing.
Good, good. Yeah, it works really well with intelligent women. It actually works the best with them, I found, because they have better imaginations. When you start laying out sexual stories for them, they really fall into it. Because intelligent women read books and they use that imagination to read those damn novels they read. Like if you go to the airports, you know, those books they sell in those goddamn stores you guys got in your airports.
Yeah, exactly.
Sex novels, yeah, that's basically what it really is. So yeah, perfect. Perfect. Now, how's it going in the bedroom with the women?
It's going well, actually. What it's so crazy. I was on the phone the other day and this girl, she the one in Toronto, she said you fuck like a god. And that just like did my confidence, like when my mind went, it was like I was like, oof, when you know something, because no one's ever told me that. And when she said that, I was like, excuse me. I didn't tell her that, but that was just like replaying in the back of my mind, and then my head just like exploded, and I just took it to a whole nother level, and it just made me want to actually just give it to like much more now. It makes me want to actually like just make sure, you know, I own that mind, body, and soul. So, you know, I'm trying to learn your level. I'm growing. I'm just growing one day at a time.
When they start thanking you, you're there. Like the chick just did. When you hear it more often, you know you've arrived.
Yeah.
To be thanked for the sex you give them is quite an honor. That means you're doing the right shit.
Right. So I'm just doing, everything's going good. Like I said, life's been going well. Matter of fact, I actually the other day I put a dream board together. I actually got to put a dream board together and put all of like, you know, my goals and aspirations, and I just did a whole lot of pretty much doing, so just like I said, doing a lot of growing, development, and just like life in general, you know, growing myself, you know, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So, you know, doing a lot of, you know, self-development and self-growth. So just focusing on, you know, myself. And like I said, I know it's not going to happen overnight, and it may take maybe 4 months, 6 months, a year, but I'm willing to go through the process, because, you know, the more time and process you put on there, the better you'll elevate.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself in 10 years from now?
Did you say 2 years or 5 years?
10 years.
Oh, 10 years. I see myself as a very successful young man. I'm 27 now, so I'll be 37 there. I plan to be retired by then, and I plan on becoming a millionaire. You know, I could see myself being that, but it's going to have to take goals and steps and the right business and the right investing and saving and planning as well.
Yeah. What business do you want to go into?
I want to actually do voiceovers and radios. I want to be a sports reporter. That was my goal since like high school. I've been doing like broadcast journalism. I want to do filming with the camera, editing videos and films. So in that field arena, like mass communications, mass media, I want to focus on that direct goal. And I feel that the airlines is like an open door and outlet for me, because I can network with people. And I can actually like meet people from like, you know, I can like fly over to maybe DC or something and go to a studio, or LA, you know, meet like different people in the networking field that's in the broadcasting, especially like in the sports field. I want to do, because I love a lot of like basketball and football, but I'm open to do, current events such as like, political or, anything that's going on in, my local area, things like that. I'm open to do anything. That's why I like to do a lot of reading. I didn't used to like to read a lot, but I had to focus on learning that, reading is the best thing to do, because you'll learn a lot of information, learn a lot of new words. And especially when it comes to broadcasting, you have to do a lot of reading, tons of reading.
Exactly. Especially your vocabulary has to be on point as well in broadcasting. So you look like you're on the right path. 37 is kind of young to be retired, though, because the way I see it is when you're doing what you love, you never want to retire. You never want to take a break. You want to do it forever. That's why you see these people like, the game will eject you when you get too old, for like people who are in the sports. People who are like hoes on the streets, when they get too old, they get ejected from the game. They can't get any more. They can't sell the ass anymore. So neither can the people who play the sports. They get too old, the body breaks down, the game ejects them. But when you're running a business, it's like you never get too old, as long as you enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
Then you want to do it more of it. You want to expand, do other things. So don't look at it as just accruing money, but you want to look at it as this accruing a path through life that you're going to enjoy walking down that path for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Hold on, Jovina, let me get something to drink.
Yeah.
So the females, you get a good opportunity to meet chicks all over the place.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That mango with some water down. I'm surprised. When you get off your plane, how long are your layovers?
My layovers are like, they could be from a maximum of like 30 hours to like a minimum of about like 10, because I work for, with me being in the airlines, it's like two different. I work for the express carrier.
Okay.
So I do like, when I'm working, I do the only 2 international trips are like Canada and Mexico, but I do a lot of the domestic routes. So pretty much like, for example, I'll go from maybe Houston, Texas to DC, and then from like DC to like New York. And then we'll stay there for about like, depending on, as long as we've been flying and working on our day, we will like stay for about like minimum, like I said, from 10 hours to 30 hours. Most of the layovers, because I could pick my schedule and adjust it, I mostly pick my layovers to be about a good maybe 18 to 24 hours, so I could enjoy the city and look around and like explore and meet a whole lot of people, especially women. It's amazing how you can see a whole lot of fresh new faces. That's just amazing to me. Like, wow, it's like meeting different people from different nationalities. It's like, it's awesome. It's a beautiful thing. I love it, and I enjoy it. I enjoy waking up every day, hopping on that plane, serving the passengers, and then just getting off, going out, having fun either with the crew or by myself. It's like, it's a fun experience, and I would tell anybody to join it. If I was a recruiter, I would recruit every single fellow that actually wants to like travel, meet people, get women, everything. It's the best experience.
You're one of the few brothers that's not afraid to fly. I don't know too many.
Yeah.
I don't know where you learned that shit at, but it's good. It's working for you.
Yeah, I'm kind of an extremist. I actually want to skydive.
Are you one of those new kind of Negroes?
I guess you could say that. I like to do it all, man. I like to, I'm trying to work on dirt bike riding, like, going in the mountains and stuff, and like, jumping over stuff. Like I said, I would definitely want to go bungee jumping, skydiving. Yeah, man. I don't want to do it all. Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely want to do that. So it's a cool thing, man. I enjoy it. I love it.
Are you really black?
Hmm?
Are you a real black?
Oh yeah, all black, man. All black. Straight.
Oh, man.
Yeah. maybe just like you said, maybe just a little white blood in me.
I think you have more than you think, man. Most of us I think we're about 80% black on average and 20% other.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on average, that's what I last heard.
Yeah.
Like Steve Dogg, he's 72% black and 27% Native American and something else. It's amazing.
Right.
I'm glad we're out there jumping into what they do. You know what I'm talking about when I say they.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the bungee jumping and skydiving. That's amazing.
Yeah. It takes a lot of faith too to have actually that, and a lot of actually,
Takes some balls,
you
man.
actually have to actually convince yourself like this is something you want to do, and actually believe that you'll live to see the next day, or the rest of the day.
You got to have a lot of faith that parachute opening, man.
Exactly.
Then the ride down. That'd be I don't mind flying. I don't do like takeoffs because I want that plane to get up there. Once it's up there, I'm good. And I enjoy landing. I used to not be able to do any of that stuff. I didn't like the takeoffs. I like the flying. I didn't like the landing. I got to the point where I can tolerate all that. Just get me up there. And in LA, how they take off straight up in the air. That's some bullshit. Let me get up gradually.
Yeah.
Let me work into the shit.
Right.
But you don't have any of that fear. That's amazing.
Yeah. That's one way I've learned to like get over a lot of fear is pretty much just like doing things and just like, like I said, getting on a lot of airplanes. So that pretty much like, that made me wonder like, if I could like go on an airplane and figure out that, that this will be safe, then I shouldn't have no fear when it comes to like anything else. When it comes to like, trying to approach things in life and trying to go after goals or like with women and everything. So it's like, if I can make it on a plane, then I should be able to make it anywhere. Especially, like I said, that's why I try to get rid of that fear. Used to have a lot of it when I was young. It was so bad. I was afraid of the dark, But other than that, like I said, I had to like break that mentality, like you said, because it's a mental thing and it's a mind state. So you have to really like work on, a lot. So like I said, the last 2 to 3 years has been a lot of self-development. Like I said, I've been listening in on like your YouTube channels. I'll tune in. The very first time I saw your YouTube channel, you was in a recommendation, and it was about dating and it was about working out. And I started to listen to you, and then I said, oh man, this is a very intelligent brother and everything. He talks about more than just dating, more than just about working out. He talks about like current events, talks about basically how you could grow and develop everything. I was like, oh, he should be a motivational speaker. So, I started like researching you, but like, only thing that like came up was just like, just your YouTube channels. It didn't like show you like, I thought you was like one big time motivational speaker. So, for like the last, like I said, for like last 2-3 years, I've been listening in on you. This was just the actual year that I actually joined the forum. Good. I was like, what? Let me stop lurking and everything. I had to tell myself, let me stop lurking and, let me actually, join the site and actually get in because that's the best way I can get into information. I can't get it on YouTube because, nothing in life's free. If you want to grow yourself, you got to pay for it. And I was like, it's $5 a month. Let me just pay for, do the 30-month, the 6-month $30 a subscription. So I'm only paying like twice a month. $60. Let me just do that and then stick with the form and just listen in and actually get some good information and listen to the podcast because the podcast that you have on there doesn't come to the site on YouTube. So
Yeah. I've been doing some really good podcasts lately because there've been some good questions. Lately, I've been focused on mind fucking. Chris Williams did some mind fucking on his chick, and I did a podcast going over that and showing how he can improve. Then I got some old stuff from Greece. Greece reposted one of his, what do you call it, phone sexting things that he does. And there's been some good stuff on there. I think Remo was really excited about one show I just did.
Nice. Yeah, I was reading that too. I was looking at like Chris Williams's mind fucking. I was looking at Greece's stuff. Greece, that's a powerful brother right there. that guy, like, you know, just for hearing from his life story to where he's at now, I mean, I applaud him. There is no hate on him. I want to see him like shoot to the moon and over it. You know, like
Exactly.
that's a cool brother right there. If he was around, I would like to meet him too as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, everybody in the forum, you know, Remo, Grease, Chris James, Chris Williams, everybody, they're all good. And I like hearing their stories and I like reading, you know, their field reports. It's real good, you know, because it's like, you know, it's kind of helping me. And then, you know, we're all here to help each other. The stronghold, as you say.
Exactly. Yeah, I want to bring it back to the old days when I had a tight group in the old days. Nobody ratted on each other. I went through a period of time where there was some dude named, I forgot his name, Eddie. He was sending his boys to my forum to rat on everybody. And I was working on this light-skinned sister on POF. And next I know, she blocked me. And I showed her face. Somehow they got her profile and they messaged her. You know, he's used you as an example of this. And yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Shit. Oh, well, I was trying to do a demonstration. This is how you talk to a girl over email. This is how you get into her head. I was showing all that stuff, and they ruined it.
Right.
Now I can't do stuff like that because of a couple of haters. So I'm going to build it back to my stronghold. Get all the rats out of there and all the lurkers, and make it just. I'll take 20 people that are active and participating versus what I got. A couple hundred people in there that most of them are silent. They're just lurking. Can't stand people come in and just lurk. So I'm glad you're speaking up, Christopher.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's like
Christopher Williams, though.
Yeah. I am Christopher Williams. I'm my middle name, and it's crazy about it because my middle name is James as well. So you know, there's a Chris James in the forum. So it's like I'm Christopher James Williams and stuff. I normally, like, my friends, they call me Swan Chris because my dad's name is Swanson. So like they'll call me Swan, and then with the dash in it, and Chris.
Yeah.
So a lot of people call me Swan Chris, you know, just to like, you know, that's more my player name, you know what I mean? So, and you know, a lot of people they're like, Swan Chris, are you an actor or a celebrity? I mean, like, you know, that's just my names. So, you know, but it's Christopher. But like I said, a lot of people either they'll address me as like Swan Chris.
Gotcha. Well, looks like we got Aries. He's another good player from the forum.
Yeah, he's a cool one too. I've been watching his videos.
Yeah, good.
It's like everyone.
And his channel is Fishing for Love for all the viewers. Aries' channel's Fishing for Love, and he gets some really good reviews and consultations and analysis. Welcome, Aries.
Hey, everyone.
What's cracking, man?
Oh, man. I had quite the night yesterday.
Oh, really?
Now,
you know, I don't have a life anymore, so I can live for you guys.
Okay, let's see. Let's start from, I guess, the beginning. Yesterday, you know, I was starting to experience a little bit of cabin fever. So, cabin fever, you know, I'm going to go out and see what's out there. So, I don't really know what the popping spots are. So, I go on Yelp and just briefly look at, okay, there's two places that seem, you know, promising. So I go to the first one, and it's whack as fuck as soon as I walk in there. So I walk right out.
Okay.
And then I go to the second place, and it's like, you know, in bumfuck nowhere. The telltale signs that this place is popping because, you know, there's the parking lot is just filled up, and I can hear the music from the entrance.
Yeah. So
I get up there, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, it's a cover charge. I was like, okay, that's fine. Do you guys take debit or credit cards? Like, no, just cash. I was like, all right, well, do you have ATM? No. I was like, fuck. Because at that point, it's like, it's already 12:30. So round trip will take me 20 minutes to get cash. So I was like, oh, shit, I can't go to this place. Because by the time I get back, I'll be an hour left to, you know, whatever. So I'm like, all right, fuck. So I start driving back, and then I see the spot. You know, I see women coming out. Like, oh, this place looks promising. Car. I walk up there, and you know, she's like, you know, there's a cover charge here too. But luckily, there's an ATM across the street. So I'm like, okay, I can go there, get the money. You know, she's giving me this raffle ticket. Like, yeah, we're doing a raffle right now and all this other stuff. Then I'm asking her because at this point it's like 12:40. I'm like, hey, so what time do you guys close? And she was like, yeah, you know, it really depends on the crowd, you know, but we might close at 4 a.m. Now, mind you, she said that because she knew that if she had said 2 a.m., I probably would have been hesitant to pay the cover charge.
Yeah.
So there was some trickery involved there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the other part of it. So I walk in, and I think it's bigger than what it is because, and another layer of the trickery, she has this horizontal mirror at the entrance of the quote unquote club. So it looks bigger. If you just glance at it, it looks bigger than what it is because you're looking at a mirror. So I walk in, it's really dark, and it doesn't take me long to figure out a couple of things. One, this place is not popping. Far from it. There's women here, but you know, there's little to no dudes, and automatically my red flags start to go up. So I start looking more close because at first, you know, I do a quick glance, you know, looking for choosing. So I'm like, okay, there's women here, and then like I become like Superman, like, you know, the X-ray vision, you know, kicks in. I'm like, wait a minute, something's not right here. There's women here, but these women look like, based on their body language and how they were dressed, like, and just how they were flirting with each other. Oh, these are gay women. There's women here, but these women are like, based on their body language and how they were dressed, like,
you can play that.
Flirting with each other. Oh, these are gay women. So at this point, you know, I realized I've been had.
They got you.
She got me. And so I decided, all right, fuck it. You know, at this point, it's like, you're getting closer to like, you know, 1. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to get a beer, sit down, just observe, because there's nothing else I can do at this point. And then I started thinking about it more. I'm like, you know, she didn't know if I was a straight or gay man. So if I was a gay man, which I'm not, I would have been screwed over too.
Yeah. It's a lesbian joint.
Yeah, it's a complete lesbian joint. So,
man, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it's real fucked up. And it was a black woman who did it.
Really?
Yeah.
She was laughing her ass off, man.
Yeah. That's what pissed me off about it, is that she knew the place was whack and she knew it was a lesbian spot. But she took my money anyway. So I'm like, you know, this is why black people can't do shit. You know, everyone's trying to scam each other and, you know, not try to build anything.
See, I didn't have too much trouble with the lesbians because I would pull someone to me when I was going to that one gay place in my town.
Yeah.
Did you find chicks, you know, come up to you?
No, it was.
Some of them are like, you know, they're bisexual and they want to prove that they're still, you know, like normal chicks.
I was getting the very strong impression that these women were full out gay, or it was one of those things where it almost felt a little bit like everyone knew each other, something like that. So these might have been friends or friends or some shit, because it was that small of a venue. And it was just like, man, I'm probably not to write the most scathing Yelp review I can think of, because, and then it's funny because as I was leaving, I left like an hour later. I was like, fuck it. There was another couple. It was a mixed couple, a black guy and a Hispanic woman, and she was saying, damn, they really should have put like a rainbow flag up there, you know, at the entrance or some shit to warn people. Because it's not even about like not liking gay people, not discriminating about people. It's just about being upfront about what's in there.
You're there to be the girl. These girls not into you.
Yeah.
Why not warn you? Yeah.
So just, you know, the fact that a black woman sold me that ticket just makes it sting just that much more.
Gay chick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Black gay chick.
Yep.
So, but you know, I'll take that L. Like, I should have looked at, because I looked at the Yelp review for the other 2 places, but I didn't do it for this one, so that was my fault. But,
your fault for not actually getting out more often. You were doing that one entertainment.
Yeah. The game has changed.
What's changed?
well, I don't know. Well, maybe it's always been like this, but they will scam you. They will kind of lie about how popping the club is before you get in.
Yeah, that's always been around.
Yeah,
they want to fill up with bodies in there.
yeah.
If they click another bit out.
Yeah, and Supreme, like I knew about the whole people making an artificial long line. I already knew about that scam, but the whole like having a horizontal mirror at the entrance, like that's some new shit for me because
I've seen those. Just
really?
think of a club out. I live in Sacramento. We have an area called Roseville. It's way out there. It's all suburbs, and they had a club out there that had mirrors as you walk in, and all around there's nothing mirrors.
Yeah. So
then you had to go around a door or a wall to even take a look at the inside the club. There, they wouldn't show you the inside the club.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So based on that experience, I wrote a couple of questions for you because you would know this better than anyone. Because
hold on, before you ask, let me say hello to Lotion Motion. Always lotioned up. Emo, always in motion.
Supreme, why you always fucking with me, man?
Because I can't. All right. Okay, go ahead and ask your questions.
Okay. So based on your experience, like, is the cover charge ever worth it? And if so, what's the max you were willing to pay, like during your time in the game?
My max was $10. I didn't like it when they went to try. I went to places that charged 20. I was pissed off. I never went back. I think it's still $10 in Sacramento also to get in clubs. I don't think it's went up too much.
So anytime you paid $20, it was never worth it.
Oh, it was always worth it because there's usually higher priced clubs, higher priced chicks in there, better venues. But I like the middle ground. When they're charging $20, it's usually a large facility. They had lots of security, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I never went to a small place that charged $20. The smallest place. I've never been to one of those.
Okay. And what was like the best time to go? Because I went like around 12:30, so I'm thinking if I had left earlier, I would have had more time to kind of readjust if the place was whack and to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I always like to go to the club at 10 a.m. They start at 10 a.m. and the lines start forming. A lot of people, they come about 10:30, 11 o'clock, so I'm getting there before them. I don't want to be there super early though. 10 I'm starting at 10 a.m., but 10 p.m. was perfect for me.
Okay. And,
Plus, it gave me more dance time, more time to hunt, more time to watch the new chicks coming in, see if I can get some eye contact.
Okay, cool. How did you avoid going to the wax places? Like, what are the telltale signs? Because you've already gone over the horizontal mirrors and the fake long lines, but like, what are the other signs you kind of can sense?
I listened to what other people said about clubs. Mm-hmm. Like, remember I told you in my one book I talked about, you talk to people in line. I asked them, is this place any good? And if they gave a good recognition, then it's cool. I'll stay. I know what they're doing. They hold up the lines. They won't let one person in, and then you get in there, it's dead.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. I hate that.
Yeah.
I've been suckered by that shit before.
Yeah. And what about this is the sign I was looking at, the parking lot, because it was filled up when the other place I went to. So is that a good sign?
That's usually a good sign. Yep. That means a lot of people there. Now, check the kind of cars that are there, though. Mm-hmm. Make sure they're higher model cars. Not necessarily Mercedes and all that kind of stuff, but, higher than just the ghetto mobiles.
Yeah.
Welfare cars.
Yeah. And this is my other mistake about that night was the fact that I didn't bring cash with me. So, like, did you always bring cash?
Always have cash. Always had cash. In fact, they didn't really use ATM at doors. There's always been cash. There was one place that took credit cards, and I guess they did ATM too. But I always make sure I had cash. I would go to the bank and take $40 in cash out every time I went out, because drinks were expensive. I bought no more than 2 drinks, and then I have a few bucks in my pocket left over. So when I leave, I can go by and get me a hot dog if I'm alone. Or if I got a female, I'll go get a hot dog even with a female.
Yeah. I guess my last question is just what are the best days? Because I'm not really sure. I know it's Friday through, I guess,
Saturday.
Sunday?
Friday and Saturday is the best days. Saturday being the to me, Saturdays were always the best of the best. Friday was second best. For me.
Mm. And Sunday is just dead.
Sundays, I went out Sunday nights, it was always dead. More desperate girls go out though. The really, really single chicks go out on Sunday nights. And the club chicks.
Oh.
They just love to go out and dance.
Okay. Cool.
I've always caught on Friday and Saturday. Sundays, it was if not. It's just like I'm such a dance beat boy that I always had to go out and dance.
Yeah. Okay. And have you ever like went to
on Wednesdays or on Thursdays?
Mm-hmm.
Even if those are something on Mondays, I'd go out on Mondays.
Yeah, and even with all that, still Saturday and Sunday Saturday and Friday.
Yep, Saturday and Sundays. In college towns, Wednesdays are good nights also because it's hump night, and they'll do fun stuff at clubs on Wednesdays. You know, Wednesdays like hump day. It's the week's half over.
What about the Taco Tuesday exist when you were clubbing?
The what?
The concept of Taco Tuesday?
We had that up here, yeah. Yeah.
Was that ever like a good day to go?
You know, the people that did it mostly were gays. Like they would have like hamburger Sundays, stuff like that. Me and my boy Craig, we were downtown. We saw free hamburgers. We walked in this joint, and we're looking around. There's a number of dudes up in there, and it was connected to Faces, the gay club. So we got a hot dog or our hamburgers and bounced. A lot of places like they get you in with free food.
Yeah.
At least in Sacramento.
Yeah. And how do you avoid going knowingly? How do you avoid the gay spots? Because a lot of them, like, they hide the fact
Gay spots are well known. At least in my town, they're well known. I don't live in LA, so we know all the gay spots in Sacramento. There's Faces or Bojangles. There ain't too many gay spots here. Anything near Faces is now gay. They took over the whole entire block of 20. I think it's 20th and Capitol in my town. So if you go, like I went to go to a bar, it's going to be in a gay bar.
Yeah.
In the whole, if they're on the corner, they took over everything around that corner there. And then once a year they do like a gay pride thing where they block off the streets. And they got all these entertainment, free food, or food you can buy, and all this kind of stuff going on. They got a lot of power in Sacramento, I should say.
Yeah. So, in your experience, like when you went into a gay spot, was the women there, like majority? You know, they were there to meet other women. Like there weren't really a lot of bi or straight women.
The majority of them were there to lick pussy.
Yeah.
The advantage that I found was that some of these chicks, they'll go with their gay friends, but they're straight. And by the time you show up, I told you the time I was there at the bar, and I turned to the right, this chick came around the corner. We locked eyes. She walked up to me. We just started kissing. She was so starved for male attention, and they're so starved for male attention in those places because the gay guys aren't getting no attention. And they want, you know, they're all dressed up, dolled up. They want some man attention.
Yeah, Shashan.
She came and stood in front of me, and we just started kissing. And the fastest lay I ever had was that 6'3" chick outside that place. So I've had good results from those places. Keep it to yourself, though.
Okay.
But yeah, don't go in by yourself because those gay dudes be all over.
Yeah.
You want to dance? I had never been asked to dance before by a man until I stepped in. I went there with two chicks when I first went to the place. This Indian chick, the Native American chick I was trying to bone, and some white chick. Anyway, they left me. Actually, we were at the club, and they said, we'll meet you at Faces. We want to go to Faces. And I was like, 30? So I drove down there, and I got there early. And I'm waiting for these two bitches to come in to, you know, so I'm surrounded by a bunch of gay dudes. Some dude came up and touched my chest. Would you like to dance? So no, man, I'm good. And they finally got there. So anyway, go with someone. That way you have someone to act for support.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
As far as clubbing, no, that's pretty much it.
Clubbing, if I was Christopher Williams, if I had a 30-day layover or 30-hour layover, I'd hit the club, Christopher, and I'd pull a female. So I have someone to fuck that night, get up, shower, and go back to work.
Yeah, I'll be trying to do that every time. Like I'd be trying to pick the 30-hour layovers, and I'll be trying to do that. Be like you said, hit the scene and everything. It depends, but like it depends on the night though. Like it depends on like which night where, like especially if it's like a Friday, if it's a weekend. Almost definitely, I'm hitting the town. Mexico, I love going to Mexico because they party, and them Latin women are so passionate and stuff, and they know how to dance. I'm working on my salsa dancing and everything because dancing in America, is different from dancing there. We're so used to the hip hop dancing and like all the new things that you see out now, but going out there, you actually have to you got to move and everything. You have to actually focus and stuff, and but it's good. So it's coming around. So my dancing, my salsa dance is starting to come around. So it's been good. Other than that, I definitely love to anywhere I go, whether it's in America, one of the best places to party in the city is I had a great time in San Antonio. Went down to the Riverwalk and stuff, and I just met up with this chick and everything, and she took me around the whole entire Riverwalk and stuff, and we partied. It was an amazing time. This was when I actually first got with the airlines. So it's been good.
Fantastic.
The crazy part about it is when I had my ex-girlfriend, she was really holding me back a lot because of the fact that, she would, worry about what I'm doing and everything. So I had to cut that loose. You really, like I said, you really can't have a for real secure relationship in this type of field.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why it's just best to be a player. Have women in different ports.
I agree.
Come in for a night, leave the next day.
So Remo, you got laid. Yeah. Congratulations, brother.
Another one.
Huh? Can't hear you, Remo.
Hold on. Let me put my mic in so you can hear me because I know you're old. Give me 1 second.
2 in 1 week. That's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. That was the mind fuck, the chick I was going in deep on a text with. She she finally came over because the last time she was supposed to come over was Mother's Day, so and she wasn't able to. So this Saturday she was we were supposed to meet up, and she was with some friends, some friends at some birthday, some shit, whatever. She told me she wanted to meet up, just come to the Bronx place. So we went to some little bar or whatever, got some drinks or whatever. At the time, we was talking for a bit. I just told her to get on my bed, and we started kissing me, and I just went to work.
Went to work.
Yeah.
Now, that's one that I looked at your mind fucking stuff on, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. You've been getting better at that too, I noticed.
Yeah.
Your skill is growing.
Definitely. I'm changing the way I've been texting. That's moving.
Something's playing. Let me stop that. Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, definitely been improving on the way I'm communicating with the female text.
Good. So it's not that bad, not that hard. It's not a big shift.
No. It's not a big shift at all.
Good.
I murdered her pussy. She was like, you're killing me. And I was like, and I just I made her come a bunch of times. And I even made her come just by ear.
Just by what?
Just by playing with her ear.
Really?
Yeah, I was
Wow.
surprised by that one. I was just like playing with her ear and biting her ear, and then she started to get aroused, and then I made her come by biting her ear, then kind of playing with her pussy just a little bit, but not too much, and then sucking on her titties, fucking titties. I'm talking about like her cup size is like an H.
Yeah. Well,
I
you know
was
what's
like,
good about that is she can come very easily, and you get to have fun with her. You get to explore your technique and stuff.
yeah, that's what I like. She did come very easily. It wasn't a lot of like her pussy's not complicated. The
Exactly.
the girl I fuck, was that a Thursday or a Friday? The girl I fucked on a Thursday or Friday, like her pussy is like fucking wet, but it's complicated. Like she did, you have to. You have to stroke her clit a certain way, a certain pressure, in a certain direction, and it takes a while for her to come. It was like she has a nice like pussy, but gotta put it. It's kind of like it was kind of like deterrent for me. Even when I was fucking, I'm like, oh my god, like I mean, a nigga can't be up here 45 minutes to an hour trying to make your ass come and come on,
Yeah.
you know. So after a while, I'm kind of like, all right, it's like, it's like you playing against a player that you can't be like, okay, what the fuck else am I supposed to do right now? I'm not gonna go down on you. So, that was that, but it was the first to actually like talk to different chicks in a week. For me, we was sitting down and talking, and she had mentioned that, yeah, I'll take a cab like time or something like that. She said something about taking a cab back home. I pretty much just said, okay, we're not even gonna do that. Get your ass up on this bed right now. We're not even gonna have that time constraint bullshit. You're not gonna do that right now. So I just had to get up on the bed, and I just went to work with her, and that's in her ear. Told her, it's my home, and she said when she comes, it's just for me. And I said you can. And I was reminding her of when we went to the movie theaters. I didn't even make a field report about that. I think I did. And it was when the movie theaters, I was kind of like rubbing her pussy a little bit in the chair. She was like holding herself back, moving around in the chair, out of soft mode while the movie. This bitch gonna get us kicked out. And and I told her, while I was in the bed with her, I said, you can let that go. You're not in the theater anymore. That's when she started moaning louder and shit, which was fine because I just turned my sound bar up. So, ain't no one had to no one had to hear nothing. But yeah, it was a good night.
Yeah, that sounds like a good night. Now she's the one that's also submissive or into that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I told her to put her mouth on my dick, and she kind of was very hesitant about it. So I put my hand on the back of her neck and said, "You hear what I just told you?" And I said, you promised me that. And he said, "Were you lying?" And she said, "I did say that." And then she said, "I did say that, did I?" said, "Yeah, you did." And I said, "Now get to it." And then she got the sucking. And then she got the sucking, but I told her, "All right, that's enough." But I said, "I don't want to give you another parlor trick in your mouth." Because I have LED lights and stuff lying around the top of my room. So I told her to check it out, and I turned my room into a mini strip club.
Wow. Oh man.
Excellent.
So she said, whatever parlor tricks you got. And I said, that's all I got for you right now.
I'm gonna try it on
Major salute to Remo.
Yeah, gotta salute Remo. 2 in 1 week, finally.
Yeah.
That's a Don right there. That's a true king.
Well, not a king, but you know,
Hey,
I am Remo. I just see, look, and these are the lights I was telling you. These are the lights I'm telling you about. Let me see. Let me switch that up around. You see? Hold on. Fucking technology. Okay, there we go. You see? I have this all around my room, and the lights is off, especially in the nighttime. The whole room lights up red. Strip. So it was dark in here.
Okay.
Looks like a nice little strip club.
Yeah.
So I tell the girl, give me her best performance.
Okay.
Wow.
Very cool.
And yeah, that's about it. That's all I had for this week. And also this week, was it this week or last week? Last week, like I put in the shoutbacks. It wasn't even worth making a field report about it. I went on a date with a girl, and then she was like real cute, like African type chick, like maybe Ethiopian or something like that. Ethiopian women have this type of cheekbone structure that they really only have. So I was looking forward to meeting her, and she showed up, and the bitch was just mad, like awkward and weird, and she was like a scientist, which made it even worse.
Oh yeah.
Because when she she greeted me at the door, and the bitch like offered me a handshake. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and that shit threw me off for the whole fucking date. It was like the whole date after that was just like weird for me. Like it fucked up my whole flow and train of thought. It was just like, and then when I would ask her something, she really wouldn't give me anything. And then she was just like not talking. I'm like, okay, like she was talking but not really. I was just kind of like, okay, this isn't working. So I just said, okay, I'm leaving. Well, it's time to go. So I went, and that's the night I left her chick's house because she had a party, and that's the chick who got mad at me that I forgot her birthday. And then I went to that party to chat with her a little bit, and she had too many fucking people at her party, all these like corny liberal type people, and so I just decided to leave. And then when I left, I went to her house like the following week. She said she wanted to meet up and go out. I was like, we're not doing that. I'm just gonna go to your house. So, because my pure purpose was to fuck her. I'm not even going to a bar down. She has a bar like down the block from her. I'm not even doing that with you. I'm just going to your house. So I went to her house, and I was talking to her. Then through the conversation, I had my hand on her leg. Then I noticed that she laid back on my arm. Then I had my hand on her thigh, and then I went in to kiss her for a little bit. I saw she was getting into it, so I pulled back a little bit. Continued the conversation. Then I went back in.
I just turned my sound bar up, so ain't no one had to no one had to hear nothing. But yeah, it was a good night.
Yeah, that sounded like a good night. Now she's the one that's also. Something's going on with somebody's speaker.
Yeah, I know. That's why I stopped talking.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I went back in to make out with her more, and then she started to get into it and stuff like that. Let's go to your room because she wants. Decided to go to her bed, and that's when I started fucking. But that's the girl that has like that difficult type pussy that it's just annoying to deal with because she used the vibrator for so long. And I can tell with certain women like that, they use like vibrators and toys for so long that it makes it hard for them to come and shit like.
I know.
Finish. Because she was like, "Oh, do it in this motion," but saw too hard. I'm like, "Okay, you use the vibrator too much on your clit. You use that shit way too fucking much."
Yep. She burned it out. Those are hard to work with. I don't like those type of chicks.
Because you can tell if a chick says that you gotta touch it at a certain like intensity, that means you just want me to mimic what the vibrator does.
Yep.
So and that's about it. That's all I got.
Looks like someone named Blue had a question for me. Hi, Supreme. How do you handle women who suggest you buy them drinks at the bar. I put my bid in first. By the time we get to the bar, I don't say, hey, won't you give me a drink? I don't go near the bar with a female unless I haven't said something like that. Otherwise, we're dancing. They could be playing me for, they're usually are playing for free drinks. What game do you, and I'd already said what game I always do. There's no reason to go to the bar with the female unless somebody's buying somebody a drink.
Mm-hmm. Yo, I never do
that. Drink.
Whenever I've had a girl say drink, I say, sure, I got you right now. To get the lady a seltzer lime, please. And then they would look at me like, seltzer lime? Say, yeah, you said you wanted a drink, right? And, no, alcohol. Oh, nah, I can't help you with that. I mean, you could buy me a drink, and then we could go double on the next round. Just I'm fine. Thank you. I said, all right, you have a good one.
Yeah. They call them liquor pimps. And that's what they do. They go to the club.
Yeah.
They go to the club. The entrance fee. Sometimes they get them for free, like Jovina. Her and her friends always got in for free. And she would go there broke, and guys would buy her drinks. Then you got to get rid of them after they buy you the drink. So liquor pimps, beware of them. What's up, Charlotte?
Nah, some bitches go to the club with no money.
What up, Supreme?
Yeah. What's up, man?
I see this form is hopping and popping here.
Yes, it is.
And this is a young man right here, over here. You was talking to at first, took your lessons, did a very good job. I was very impressed with the stories that I was hearing.
Yep.
And stuff. I love every second of it. My man, keep getting as many women as you can. You know what I mean? Learn from old time. You can learn from an old timer like me that's 44 years old myself that played this game out here too. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm older, I can still take some lessons from Supreme and stuff. You know, this man knows his stuff.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And like I got the cabinet fever last night too, you know what I'm saying? So I went out to a bar last night, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I ran into took a number of stuff. I noticed like when I show up at these bars, because I had the well-known reputation, all of a sudden everybody's man, you know what I mean? When the sisters are around, and all of a sudden the husbands and the boyfriends start showing up.
I just hate that shit.
Cop blocking. You know what I'm saying? I'm look like this. She gonna do what the fuck she want to do any fucking way. You know what I mean? A woman will find a way around to get to you and get it, you know? And I'm broad, even though I got a boyfriend or contractor and stuff like that, she still slipped me the number any fucking way. So what does that tell you?
Right.
Still gave me the number, you know? And that was the funny thing and stuff. I ain't call her yet or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like this. If I run into you again, if it's on, it's on. You find women, like you said, women do the choosing. And when they choose and stuff like that, it puts you in a very good position. When the man trying to run around and choosing, then he run around with a chicken with his head the fuck cut off, just like what them faggots want them motherfuckers to do when they pulling them little nasty little tricks on TVs and all that and stuff like that. I mean, and they making them wear these jumpers and all that shit. I mean, fuck that. They trying to make motherfuckers fall for the okie doke. But you smart enough that you see through that shit, it won't even fucking phase you at all, you know? You go for the woman, you go for the main prize. The main prize is right there to help you and to benefit you in the long run, you know? Hey, just get as much as you can, get it in, get it in early, you know?
So I try to fuck with women with boyfriends. So I don't want to get shot, but I end up doing it by mistake. Because I never asked them, you got a boyfriend. I never qualified that way. Yeah, some of these chicks.
I don't even ask either. They just telling me.
Got some fool looking for you.
Mm-hmm. You know what's funny too? Some of them girls call me because LL Cool J came down. I've been working out, came down on some of this weight now. Now I haven't been hitting like the weights weights. I've just been doing the calisthenics. So basically, what I'm gonna be doing, hitting the gym. Fuck them pussy ass gyms though, Planet Fitness and the retro fitness. I'm hitting a real iron gym where it has iron weights from the 70s. You know what I mean? Stuff that really cuts you up. And the bikes I ride is riding and doing my exercises on coming from the 80s. Equipment does better compared to the new stuff that they have out here now. Too much technology's in it.
Yeah. Well, let me get back to Blue. He says, "Yep, I figured that they were closet hoes. Ask for drinks." Yeah, there a lot of chicks. They brag about how they can go to the club with no money and get their drinks paid for. So watch out for those types of bitches, Blue. The liquor pimps. They just pimp you out for your liquor. They won't give you nothing. They'll go and lick each other before they give you something.
Got some bros out here that are tricking for liquor. They go there, they spend their money at the club. I said, I'm broke. Right there, they go ahead, get charged the dude, and then they have sex with the dude just to get their money back. I seen that go down.
Carol Hawkins says, "I got to get a camera to join." Yeah, Carol, you need your camera, man. So you can come up in there. We need more light-skinned brothers like Shamar and KR up in here.
What the fuck?
Hey, light-skinned used to be the thing for a while there. Light-skinned brothers and
the brown skin brothers on the horizon.
Yeah. Now I think we're like the end thing. The new thing, well,
when I was down south, I turned into it when I lived down south. When I was living down in Atlanta for a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and going out to Carolinas, I turned into a dark skinned brother. And I came back up here to Philly. Then I got back light again.
Yeah, different sunlight down there.
You know.
Yep. I'm getting ready to go to Georgia in August, but I'm gonna go through. I wasn't going through Texas. I said, nah, fuck Texas. After they shot that little boy down there, I figured a different route. I'm gonna go see my son's. My brother.
Where in Texas was it Houston or Dallas?
I'm sure more. Let me finish. I'm gonna go to Minnesota first. So I'm gonna go. I have a half brother I never met in Detroit. So I'm going to Detroit, and you're in Philly?
I'm in Philly.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'll be in Detroit, and then I'm going to shoot on down through Georgia. It's the bottom part of Georgia there. So let me know when you're around there, brother. See if we can hook up.
Okay. But when you're going to Detroit, you got to come more east. You got to go more towards like New Jersey when you come in here. That's what you got to do, you know? Because Detroit's like, let me see. Cleveland's 10 hours from here. Cleveland. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Hour and a half. Detroit's an hour and a half from Toledo. So you basically will have to come down, then take the Ohio Turnpike and come on to the Pennsylvania Turnpike to get here. And you're talking about 6 hours of driving through Pennsylvania from one side to the other.
Well, Pennsylvania ain't bad. I've heard it's a nice state. I haven't heard any trouble coming out.
My state is beautiful.
What do you know about Pennsylvania?
And I love the Poconos. You check out those Pocono mountains. You got a lot of nice looking girls from New York that move up in the Poconos.
Okay.
So I say, damn, it was nothing up there. And I say, damn, this is thinking. I'm gonna go up here, fuck around, and take me a trip.
Go camping up there or something. What a good place to?
Yeah, I go camping all right.
Them troopers.
My balls into some girl's pussy. That's why I fucking go camping at.
What a good place. What a place I should know to avoid the white troopers out there.
Oh, they not as hard. Here in Philly, they got much bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God. In the bathroom again?
You're starting to wake up.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is they got much bigger fish to fry. Now on the quota times and stuff like that, you know when the quota times not as hard as they are in most states. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Money that they're trying to get and raise up.
Gotcha. This is what my dad used to do back in the old days there, fellas. I've been as far as Cleveland, and we've driven the state. So my dad would find out what place to avoid for black folks. That's what we would do back in the 60s and shit like that to make it through.
In Texas, So he told me about the long drive that he had to take. No interstates. You had to go around them Luke Mountains. That's what you had to go around.
Yep. Very cool.
My dad was born in this now, which is the murder capital of the United States now, Chester, Pennsylvania.
I ain't heard too much coming out of Pennsylvania.
Look that city.
Never even heard of Chester.
Chester's only like 8 minutes away from Philadelphia Airport.
Yeah.
95.
Cool.
But the crime in that small city is horrendous. Then Camden's right across the bridge, number 2.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna be exploring back here.
What about that? What about these simps out here? Well, I'm getting pissed off. These simps beating these girls' asses because the girl don't want them and all that. But they forget that's the one that does the choosing. And the dude who fucking offed himself, he kills that dude in Cleveland, then offs himself over in Erie, Pennsylvania.
You talking about the Facebook dude?
That's some old simping ass sucker ass motherfucking shit right there.
Yeah. And that dude was bragging about I done killed 13 people. I'm like, well, he didn't kill 13 people already? No, he killed one old man. Weak ass punk.
He killed that old guy.
Yeah.
I lived through Jim Crow. Killed him.
Yeah. One of our own. He killed another black person. And that was my first first thing that pissed me off. And then the dude was weak as fuck. Talking about you ain't gonna respect. Over a female? You end your life over a girl?
You got too many dudes that get like this, like that on the street. But you know what I'm saying?
Shamar.
Yeah. So when you got too many dudes on the street that do that, you look at their woman and say, "Oh, what you look at my woman for?" They want to pull that gun out on you. We got a lot of simps over here that do that shit here too.
Yeah, we got them out here. These young,
I know about Sacramento. I got a couple people I know over there and stuff like that. And plus, I got a female buddy over there and stuff like that. I got with her one time, and I had a lot of fun. I'm not gonna put the details out there, but it was a nice, beautiful weekend out there. This is back in 2008. I'll be making the trip back out in Sacktown pretty soon. You know.
Oh, cool. Come on out here, man. Blue is asking, how do you spot a female player? And let me take you fellas' thoughts on that, and I'll give mine at the end. Aries, you first.
Female. If she has majority or all dude friends, that's usually a clear-cut sign, I would say.
Welcome, David. I can't see your face, David, but welcome.
What else? If she likes to control the interaction, that's another one.
Sharmar?
Me, when I see female players and stuff like that, sometimes they sit down here and there.
The question is, how do you spot a female player?
By how many dudes come around her left and right, you know what I'm saying? How she's sitting back and how people are doing this and that for her and stuff. That's what when I see a female player. Just worshiping her too.
And let's see, Remo.
Okay. I think he turned his mic off.
While Remo's getting ready, to me, it's like looking in a mirror. We see the same stuff as you do that female players be doing. Like you said, like and Eric said, a lot of females around or dudes around them. Usually, female players, they know what their worth is. Female players end up being like gold diggers a lot of times, unless they're just
yes, they are. That's what I ID with.
Yeah. So they have the same skills we have. They have the same abilities we have. And like I said, it's like in the mirror. The time I was hanging with that one Latin chick, she was a gold digger player, and talking to her was like the same game. You recognize each other, so you'll recognize when you're a player. You'll recognize people are players. Like when you're a pimp, you recognize other pimps. You see them. When you're Mac, you can always spot other Macs. Then break. Well, where do I go to join? Hold on, let me put the link in here, and I'll stay on for a few more minutes. There. The Unbreakable. David. Where's your camera? Hello, David. Going once. Before I bounce you out, David.
Okay, Carl's trying to join. I just got a message from him.
Who's trying to join? Looks like Green was already in here.
Getting. Trying to join. And Christopher Williams.
What's up, Michael?
Stuff. Yeah.
Just hanging out, man. Yeah, I'm on break.
So I was going to like my these a lot of these women like getting videos.
I had to bounce David. Don't come in and don't say anything. At least participate there, brothers.
Get out.
What's going on, Michael?
Man, just hanging out, trying to grow in the game. You know how it is.
How's your game going so far?
So far, I got my main girl and I got my 2 other girls on my team. And there was one girl I was trying to. She was a good-looking customer. Long story short, but then I remember it was like a couple of weekends ago. I hit her up, and then she was like, "I'll hit you back," but she never hit me back. And then I called her, a couple of days later, and then she never texted me back. So I just dropped her. I was like, "If you're not gonna take the time to hit me back or call me, that's disrespect. I ain't gonna stand for disrespect." Versus before, I used to stand for that shit, and as I grow in this game, you gotta cut them loose. If they ain't down with the crown, you gotta cut them loose.
Good.
I agree.
Definitely, I agree 100%. Because that's just portending worse if you wouldn't went on with her.
I kind of feel like this. I kind of feel like there's hardness like developing in my mind. Not hardness like it's like stiff or anything, but it's like I feel more empowered now.
Yes.
Versus before, when I look back at my simping ways, I used to compromise a lot and be like, hit me back, please, or I'm a good guy type shit. Now it's like, you're gonna join my team, and whenever I'm macking on the girl, whatever, I'm gonna take it. And if you ain't giving it up, then there's many more fish in the sea.
Exactly.
So
with your team, you feel more power, don't you?
Yeah, with my main girl and then my 2 other girls, like especially with my main girl, she travels a lot. So whenever I'm needing that that female energy, I can just go to them. So that just evens me out. But now I'm in the stage where I'm just like seeing how can I upgrade so I can maybe add like one more or replace like the other 2 on my team kind of thing. So I'm just trying to move the pieces around such. So
like a chessboard. Why do you want to get rid of the other 2 on your team?
Not really get rid of the other 2 on my team. It's just more like a little bit of my mind's like there's a couple girls I'm talking to who just look better than them, and then it's like maybe I can just swap them in kind of thing, But then again, I'm not saying look better like I'm just gonna switch them out just because of their looks, because there's a couple girls I talked to that look good, but then they couldn't cook or they couldn't, if I asked them to go get a glass of water, they couldn't get up and get it. They just look at me like, aren't you gonna go get it yourself kind of thing? But so
hell no.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to like improve the team kind of thing, Yeah.
Supreme.
Yeah.
How like you said you felt you went off a feeling and like sensed it in energy. How do you like really like channel it and feel it like you can feel it in your every part of your cell, your bones? Like how did you actually like get that feeling?
By paying attention. You gotta tune in. Like maybe because I taught aerobics, I had to tune into the classroom and I learned to feel the energy of the classroom. That gave me practice for that. But when you go into a club or into any venue, you got to open up your senses and tune in. I don't know how to explain exactly how to do it, but you tune in, you start to feel the vibration that's going on. Every place you go to has certain vibration to it. And once you become aware of that, you start tuning into the vibration. Then you start picking up little pieces of vibration, like coming from different people. That's how I go spot the racists, the haters. I can feel them. You can feel the hatred coming off of them. And same thing. You can feel the people that are more on your wavelength, the more on that are feeling you.
Gotcha. So pretty much, for example, let's say for an environment, right? There's you have your positive environment. Like let's say you put yourself in an environment where there's people that's happy. Would that pretty much be like a feeling that you're like sensing, like this is an environment like it's happiness?
Yeah, if you're in like let's say you're in a happy church, sure,
right.
The feeling's gonna be happy. But what if you're in a place? What if you're in a place where there's people don't like you, and you got to find the one chick that does feel you? That's so you tune into the feeling of the whole place. Okay, this place is bad for me. There's a bunch of racists here, but then I feel, you're scanning the room. You see some icon. You feel something coming from her. You tell that's one chick you can get out of there.
Yeah, people say they can vibe with me because I have personality. So I give off the coolness, laid back, but fun personality. I always want to be the first person to hit up a party or go have some fun, or like I was mentioning earlier, let's go skydiving. So people like my personality and love the fun that I give off. I'm trying to like you said, I'm trying to actually tune into that inner that buster. Pretty much trying to actually, I'm trying to actually like you said, we can't explain, but I'm trying to like feel it every cell in my body, like the energy and the aura and the vibration, studying a little bit of the metaphysics and, just spirituality in general, just trying to like get a whole feeling and, a whole, how you mentioned in a recent podcast, how we're all connected. So I'm just trying to get that, that feeling of, that connection.
When you get on your plane, can you not spot the chicks that are digging you? Can't you not feel them out?
Oh yeah, I definitely can feel them out.
See, it's the same thing. That's the thing. Yeah.
So it's pretty much like that. You could kind of sense it, like like this one's she's choosing up on me. She's digging up on me. She like caught the eye contact, looked away, and like she's pretty much like pretty much like that is what you're saying. Like you just gotta catch it, but you gotta be quick with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I get a lot of guys asking me, how did you tell the girl likes you? You can just tell. You feel the signals. You see the signals. Whatever. The Unbreakable. Or Michael. Yeah. How tall are you?
Like 5'9", 5'10".
You look like you're about 6'5", and your jawbone look like you can't even break it. Like if you hit your jaw, your fist would break.
Well, I actually do jiu-jitsu and boxing, so I mean.
Yeah, you got a hard jaw.
I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I got a jaw. But I'm a short dude, but I got a tall mindset, So
you're not short, but you got that Superman jawbone that Jovina talks about, that square jawbone. Right, Jovina? You got that Superman jawbone. Yeah, long square jawbone. My ex-wife is from Louisiana, and was it Ruston, or what's that university down there next to Ruston? Their football coach, he'd only pick people for his team that had your jawbone. That's how he got his good players.
Yeah, I used to play football in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, isn't there? I read a study that like the size, like your jawbone, your head size, correlates with like your testosterone levels. Have you read that study before?
No, I haven't read that.
Yeah. Like I heard, like I've told a couple of my friends, some say, oh, for real, and some are like, you bullshitting. But I was just wondering if you ever passed by that.
Nope. I'll have to look it up now. Looks like Hubert came in the room. What's up, Hubert? Ibabo? Hubert, going once.
What's up?
What's up? Where's your mic?
It's all good here.
Ah, yes, you're African. Okay. Where you at, man?
I'm from Kenya.
Yeah. Wait, is this GMK?
No.
No, okay.
It's Tiggy.
Yeah. That's cool country. They have that country in that TV show Sense8. They're filming, I think, in Kenya. Have you guys watched that the Netflix show Sense8? SENSE number 8?
No.
Check it out. Nope. It's pretty cool. The plot is there's these people that can mind connect all over the world. And they have a brother that's in Kenya there. And they got this chick that's in England, and this American cop, and this East Indian chick who's fine as fuck. And this German guy, and they all mind connect. And they share experience. There's this Asian chick who's a martial artist. She jumped into the Kenya guy's body and gave him the skills of martial artist. So he kicked all these guys' ass. And now he's becoming real famous over there in the show. They call him Van Damme, in fact. Oh, look at Sharmore's back. Okay. So are you in Kenya right now, Hubert?
No. I'm in Ireland at the moment.
You where?
I'm in Ireland at the moment.
Which island?
Ireland? You know Ireland?
Oh, Ireland.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Are you picking up on the accent? The Irish accent?
Nah, fuck that.
Ireland is a weird Irish and all the Scottish.
Fuck that bullshit.
Okay.
Hey, Supreme, I got a question. So,
what's that, Mike?
Yeah, I have a question. So I finished your How to Make a Woman Come ebook. I have to listen to 3 more chapters because I read the ebook first and then I'll listen to your audio files.
Yeah.
And then on one of them, you talked about like your go-to missionary position where you put the pillow under her back and then basically you have like her legs hanging over your I guess like your hips or something like that. Is that correct? Because when I was reading it, I was like imagining that's what you were talking about, but then I was like, I'm not really sure like how this is supposed to look like kind of thing, you know?
Well, that's for the brothers that can't pick her ass up. You basically want to be able to pick her ass, lift her ass up, and reach your left hand under. I'm right-handed, so left hand under her thigh and her ass, and come up and then finger the clit from there.
Oh,
then I have
okay.
that right finger I can stick up her ass and give you that double penetration feel. And then I'm balanced on my neck, and you got to be able to lift your body up in order to kiss her. So it takes a lot of strength. So in order to circumvent that, you can put a pillow, under her hips and her buns or the lower back just to tilt everything upwards. So you can hit the G-spot.
Yeah, you mentioned other like you mentioned that was like your go-to positions. I mean, your go-to position, and you didn't mention any other. Because personally, like with me and my women, I really like hitting it from the back, and then they get off every time I hit it from the back. And so I always like either that or fingering is like my go-to kind of thing.
Yeah.
But now with this position, I'm like, I'm gonna try it out and see just how they react, you know?
Okay. Well, if you don't want to lift them up, you could also be on top and then reach your hand between your bodies down there and finger the clit there. So just reach your hand in between and finger it from that position.
All right, I'll try that out. Oh, and what was I gonna say? I tried that thing with my main girl to get her to open her eyes, but it was real funny because like when she was going off, I was like grabbing her head basically, and I was like, "Look at me," you know. And it was like I was like, "Look at me," and then like she opened her eyes, so it's kind of like I had to like force it out. But
yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna keep trying these things out. You know, let you know what goes down.
Keep doing it; you'll perfect it. Make it smooth and make it more romantic.
Yeah, because I remember I asked you a question like in a previous video you have, and I typed it, and I was like, I asked my girl, I was like, hey, you know, open your eyes, and then she closed them, and then she was like, oh, I was so into it that I didn't even hear what you said. So I remember the next time we went at it, I was like, no matter what, I'm gonna make this girl open her eyes. And I guess like my first reaction was just like to grab her head and I'd be like, open your eyes kind of thing. So
you wanted to relax and feel comfortable. She's obviously not relaxed enough to feel comfortable to look you in the eyes. When you get there, you know you own her by then. If she can relax and feel open to you.
What was that?
You wanted to relax and feel comfortable. She's obviously not relaxed enough to feel comfortable to look you in the eyes.
I think with her, it's like me and my main girl, we've been together for about 1.5 years now. And with her, it's like she notices like I'm starting, like I'm trying new things. And I think it's like surprising her, you know, versus before I used to just, you know, go with my, you know, ABCD routine. And now I'm trying new stuff. But it's like you said, just get her comfortable and then she'll adjust to the change.
Yep. Yeah. Just ask her, hey baby, look at me. Maybe just keep asking. Baby, open your eyes. Come on, open your eyes. And then open her eyes. She starts to close. Then you start to say the words. This is mine. I say this is mine, it'll become yours.
I've been saying that, yeah.
Yeah. This is my house. and pretty soon you got it.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like once you like tune into your own power, you feel like you're on top of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that every single day now, especially listening to your audio cassette tapes. You know, like your meditative what is it? Your self-hypnosis thing. How you say like hypnosis. Sorry, how you say relax, breathe in, breathe out, and then you like listen to that, and then you just give the affirmations to it. I fall asleep to it like pretty much every single night, and you know it's actually playing on my subconscious mind that I'm like invincible.
Yeah. A lot of guys, they thought they're doing it wrong.
Feel like Superman, don't.
That's actually a good thing.
I feel like it, man. I feel like I'm a man of steel.
Good thing is you're still young, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're only 27. 27, you may feel old to you, but I was beginning the game at 27. I was just getting back in the game at 27.
Yeah.
You're already at the top. You're getting near the top of the shit. So think by the time you're 37, you get your own females.
You see, what's the crazy thing about it is like all my cousins, my uncles, and even my dad, they're like pimps, players, and everything. It's just when it comes to me, it's like I'm coming in like a little bit late. Like you kind of mentioned, like I feel like I'm late. Like I feel like I should have this like in me back in high school. But I was like, I was always like that. And like I said, when I was younger, I was that fearful kid. I was pretty much, I was the outcast, but wasn't the outcast kind of dude. I wasn't pretty much, I was likable, but I wasn't like, the most popular guy. Yeah. And pretty much like just growing up, I had a lot of issues. I had actually a tumor removed off my left forearm here. So
hold on, let me see. Hold on. Let me put you on the main camera. Let's see something. Straighten your arm out.
Let me see this.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, your arm, man. That was a bad tumor.
Yeah. I had to get it. I had to do. So you still need to see it?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. Like a Popeye arm, man.
Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, I had to like pretty much like overcome that and everything, and it's a blessing that because pretty much the doctor, he took out 90% of it. And he could have took out the full 100, but it was so close to the nerve, it could have like damaged my nerve and like paralyzed my arm or probably like decapitated. So I would count my blessings, like, at least I have all my limbs and stuff. So pretty much that like built my confidence and everything, like it could be better and everything. Like, I'm a good looking brother and everything, and I get beautiful women and stuff. But that was just like when you're a kid and,
that fucks you up when you're a kid.
Yeah, exactly. That messes you up, especially like, you'll get picked on and, people try to do that. So I did a lot, I used to fight a lot. And then, pretty much I'll always have to like, have a comeback to say anything. Like if someone will say something like to me, like try to clown me, I'll have to have a comeback. So pretty much I had to like watch like a lot of comedy growing up, had to like watch a lot of like, pretty much a lot of beef battles.
Same here.
Younger. Yes. So pretty much, that just makes me always like, that always keeps me on my toes and keeps me wise. But other than that, like I said, I count my blessings and, just thank God that, hey, I'm here. I'm still alive, healthy and fresh. Got two beautiful women, working on number 3, about to trying to get like the rest of you top players in here. I'm like I said, I'm like kind of at that, I'm just right at that level, but I'm growing. I'm trying to get like y'all.
Man, the top levels is Player Supreme and the 1.5
Greece. Yeah.
Yeah, the $1.5 million man in Greece.
When you get there, it's no big deal. It loses players. It's like every day. Like if I was still in the game, like I was telling Jovina, women always took care of me. They always cooked for me. No big deal. They always got my water. So looking back on it, was like it was just a way of life. Like I was telling my boy Craig, I go out, I meet women. That's what I do. That's my life. There's no mystery to it. There's no magic to it. It just happens. And once you learn,
Supreme.
Yes.
Can you summarize up the things that everybody around here need to improve, to get at the top of the game?
Yep. The 3 things I said you guys got to sell: good conversation, good dick, and sell dreams. That's it right there. Work on those 3 things, master those 3 things, you'll have females. Because first thing, get pussy is a number of conversation. Because there's no magic to getting her to lay down on her back and open her legs for you. You got to conversate with her. You make her feel good in the conversation, then she's going to open up her legs for you. So your conversation skills got to be on point. Secondly, if you have good dick, you got good dick, she's going to keep coming back for it. And if you sell them dreams, she's going to want to stick around. So that will get you to the top of the game right there. Those three things are the keys that you guys need.
You know what cracks me up too? What you say that too?
Hold on, Hubert, yes?
You talk about conversation. This is about getting to know them as a person.
Yeah, getting to know them as a person, but also there's more to just getting to know them. There's the banter part of it. It's how you make them feel. It's more than just conversation. It's be able to put feelings into her. As I'll take a phrase from Greece, because that's what you really are doing. You're making her feel a certain way. You know, women always feel a certain way around us. They either feel like, what's this motherfucker up to? Or I really like this motherfucker. Okay? So your goal is to make her be the one I just said. I really like this guy. This guy makes me feel good every time he comes around. So with your conversation, it's got to be laced to make her feel a certain way. Not just to get information out of it, but to make her feel a certain way. Once you start that, like you want to make her feel horny, you make her feel horny. You start having conversations that'll make her feel horny. And pretty soon she wants to fuck. You give her the good dick, she's down for more. There was a rapper, I don't remember the name of the song, but he said, getting pussy ain't nothing but some conversation. I can't remember what song it was, but I heard that and said, that's so fucking true. It ain't nothing but some conversation.
Hey, we want some pussy. July crew, baby. Down there eating cheesesteaks and beer, hop into the car, be out in the city all fucking night. Sometimes till 11 o'clock in the morning. Phone numbers. Then probably most likely we laid up into something, you know what I'm saying? Or between something. Fun times when I was in my 20s.
So Hubert, did that answer your question?
Yeah, I have an issue with the conversation because
Hubert, is you have an accent, and English is not your first language, so you got to learn to be smooth with that English.
Do I have an accent problem?
Yes, you do. Anybody disagree? You have one of those. And I'm sure the people in Ireland, they got the Irish accent, which is real thick.
Yeah,
it's hard to understand those guys sometimes. So
that's true. Because most of the times when I'm conversating with women, they keep telling me to repeat words. It's like they can't understand how I speak back.
Yeah, see, that's what you have to. Their challenge to overcome is your accent, and to assimilate in more closer to the people you're talking to. Like everybody here, we can all hear your accent, correct, Phyllis?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I can hear it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's thick. It's people coming from your country. You sound just like another brother that's from the west coast of Africa. Like I work with.
Oh yeah, African. Oh yeah. Got a homie in Ghana.
So that accent, you got to smooth it out and make it sound good. You got to sell it.
Okay. And another issue is when I'm trying to conversate with a woman, especially white women, because this is the majority of the women here. Okay. And another issue is when I'm trying to conversate with a woman.
Someone came in here with his dick hanging out. And he's black.
Hey, you guys gotta cover that up, man.
Yeah.
What?
Cover that up.
Fuck. What's that?
Supreme, I thought what kind of fellas you coaching?
That's so bad.
Wow.
God damn it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh God.
Yeah, like I was saying, like an issue I have with the conversation with women, especially white women, is when I go and talk to them, it's like they already have this boundaries set, like they have there's a racism behind it. They see other people, a black person talking to her, she gets unsettled.
I didn't catch all that. Here's the problem with your accent. When I go through there, you don't open your mouth when you talk. So like, can only hear it like this. You gotta open your mouth, loosen your mouth up, and open your mouth. You talk, you don't open your mouth enough. So when you start to talk to people, open your mouth wide and let the sound come out. That's what you're gonna learn in speech class. I'd suggest you join Toastmasters and learn to do public speaking. That way it will train you to orate at a certain volume so you can project your voice. Like I'm doing right now.
Toastmasters fixes all of that, man.
Yes, it does. So repeat what you said. I didn't catch everything.
Yeah, I was saying that when you talk to especially white women, they already have this boundary set. So you kind of go in there. If you're a black person, you go there already. Especially if you're not comfortable around women, it's already like a bad thing.
Well, that's a sad place to be in if you're not comfortable around them. You must be going for women that aren't choosing, because when you talk to a girl that's actually choosing, that wants a black dude, they want to be with you. So it's not that uncomfortable. They want you to come around them. So try going for the females that give you some eye contact, and you'll see that shit will drop right off.
All right, I'll do that.
Yeah. Basically, stop hoe chasing. Get better results, man. And there are Irish chicks that dig brothers. They want to be with brothers.
Well, it's not a lot.
No, it's not. It's never a lot. It's not a lot here in the States either. A lot of people think all the white chicks want black dudes, but that's just not true.
So of course you said pretty much, conversation, selling a dick in the dream. So of course, it's cop and blow in this game. How did they eventually blow out when they knew that you wasn't going to deliver the dream? Because you knew that you wasn't going to give them the dream to begin with.
No, I knew that. Yeah. And what's your question again?
Did they eventually blew out when they knew that you wasn't going to deliver the dream?
Yeah, they start, rocking the road, rocking the ship, complaining, why don't you move in with me? Why can't I get more time? And then, it's time for them to go. So
Yeah.
I would actually create situations where I would get rid of them that way. I would start a fight and, so, I'm done. Because it was their time to go. Most of them didn't want to go because the sex was good. That's the only thing I had going for myself was good sex.
Nice.
It's amazing how much women will take when the sex is not hold on, there's two Shamars here. Let's get rid of the one with the hat.
Let me get off this computer.
There we go. All right. I forgot what I was saying now.
You were talking about your women.
Yeah. When the sex is good, like I told you guys, I had two chicks. I kept one for 8 years. She stuck around for 8 years, waiting for that. 8 years, and I was cheating on her the whole goddamn time. Don't turn around, Jovina. When it's a good connection between the two of you, they'll stick around for it. And I always try to create a good connection. That's why it's important that you go for the females that you feel. Because I've learned in my life that if I don't feel this chick, that certain feeling that I like to get, then a lot of times I would get like a flu symptom after I had sex with them, and I had to drop them off after that because they weren't the right female for me. I don't know if anybody else ever experienced that, where you had sex with a girl, you felt like kind of sick the next day. It was just a bad mix of energy. But the girls I felt a good feeling for, the sex was great. I mean, we flowed better. It was like this instead of.
Yeah.
So I really believe you should hunt by feeling.
I agree because
that's when you want to go for.
I agree because with like there's like I pick and choose, like, you know, I'm not so much picky, but like you said, go off a feeling, because, you know, after, you know, fucking abroad, you know, after we're done, you know, it's like there was like this one broad, you know, after I got done and, you know, I got tired of looking at her. I didn't even want to lay up with her or anything, you know. Yeah. So I was like, I don't like that, you know. I want to actually vibe with a broad after, you know, intercourse and everything, you know, instead of, you know, I want to actually, you know, chill with them and everything, and be able to go for it instead of be like, all right, I'm done, let's go away, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's just a waste of time and energy and emotion, you know. Yeah. In my early 30s, I got tired of being girls' good fucked piece. It was a good sex toy. That's why I started, you know, wanting money and objects from things from them before I would, you know, settle up with them. So after you get about 50 lays and you're really good at it, the 50 good lays where girls are thanking you and they get all addicted, you get them start to resent them a little bit. At least I did. Like, you know, I'm thinking, you know, I'm the one to put in all the fucking work because I always do all the work. And all she's gonna do is be laying there, you know, screaming her head off. You know, big deal. You know, I got to bust my ass off to bust her ass a nut. Give me something for that shit. So when you get to that level, then you know that it's time to start getting paid. That's when you start to become a Mac. You start getting chicks to do things for you. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to reach, man. I'm trying to reach that Mac level for real.
I mean, everybody will agree with that. When you get sick of women and they're, you know, yes, or never mind, yes, baby, you know, the come on shit, all that, you know, bust all the nuts, you start doing it and work, doing all that work, you want something back for it. And getting the pussy is like no big deal. Fuck, another one. Okay, let's get this shit over.
Yeah. I'm to a point where it's like, you know, my time is precious, it's valuable. It's like it's like you gotta have to let me get your car for about a week or something, you know, or you're gonna have to buy me like a new suit or something, you know. It's valuable. It's like you gotta have to let me get your car for about a week or something, you know.
Oh, no.
I got rid of him. Black dude.
Yeah.
I've never had a black dog shit I hate gay black troll. I've never seen those before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Black troll.
You might have to edit this or not post it on YouTube.
It's already doing this live.
It's already live.
Oh man, because you know that's how the trolls try to get you. You know, they try to slip in little weird shit and then tattletale.
It's crazy how they actually exist. You know, I thought it was just, you know, I thought they were probably just like little hackers or everything. These are like real life people that's like trolling.
Oh, they've been getting me good this week on my videos. Get me very good, you know.
Damn.
But by the way, you're blocked. Goodbye, motherfucker.
Let me see if I can block this dude.
Give them a chance. No, I do. I block the asses, and I'll just let them see what say talk. Or anything threatened comes out, I will take some action to it.
Yeah. These guys have no life.
And they fucking deranged. They have no damn life and stuff. That's why some of these stars be dying and stuff like that. Be getting killed by, and they become stalkers.
Yeah. I agree, man. It's stupid.
Yeah. Well, one of our own is out there sick now. He's poor dude. He's lost.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's a brother too.
Yeah. Like I said, I've never seen a black troll. We don't do that shit.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's not even us.
Asian dude.
How you heard from Hobo lately?
Hobo, yeah, he still comes around. I wonder if that's who that is. Now that I think about it.
Oh man, I say what's
his real name now.
Stuff like that, corn names, huh?
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Where's that cat Alpha at? Alpha Great or whoever that troll is.
Yeah, that Japanese guy. He's gone.
He was hilarious, man.
Hobo went on one of my videos.
He was just that's one of my videos. Took advice from a video and said he became more aggressive with his girl, and now she's cheating on him. All you got brothers know that. Get a video on him.
Yeah.
He's trying to blame that on her cheating.
Mhm.
She's been cheating along. He just having to catch her at it. Girls will up and start cheating out of the blue.
Yo, that's that 2 to 5 second period, cuz that's what that is.
Yeah, it is.
See a lot more weird shit.
There's some weird people on the internet. And now we just seen a black dude. That's weird. Like,
that's why it's just best just to get out into the world and go do something. Get active. Play some basketball. Go run. You go to coffee. Go to day or something.
Dude want to show us his pencil dick. I don't know.
Like, who does that?
Or nothing. He was like the pencil dick.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Pig shit on one of my video too. I gotta get that motherfucker back.
What'd he do?
On one of my videos. When we had that argument a long time back.
Who?
Me and Hobo. Yeah.
That's one of them young brothers, man. You can't argue with them young brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what you say? Young and dumb and full of cum?
Yes, you are. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Michael, how old are you anyway?
What was that?
How old are you, Michael?
I'm 25.
Oh, you're still young. Wow.
You're still young, cool.
God, you got 3 bitches at 25. Wow.
Man,
that's what's up.
My adolescence and early 20s was real rough. You know, those are my simping days, you know. And it was just weird because like I saw a lot of my other homeboys and they were getting ass and all that stuff. And then I had the game all twisted up. So now, even though like y'all say I'm young, at this time, like I'm just trying to like, there's been times where like instances like while I'm coming up in my game where I'll fuck up and I was like, man, if I got started with this shit earlier, I wouldn't fucked up at this time kind of thing. You know what I mean? But then, you know, that's the name of the game. You know what I mean? But
you live and you learn. Because you live and you learn.
Exactly.
And having fun. Living like a king.
No, it is fun for sure. Like a lot of times, like when I feel blocks, like when I feel like mental blocks in my game, it's either because I'm too stern or I'm taking the game too seriously. And so I'm like, take it seriously, but like have fun with it. And usually when I have fun, that's when my flow gets going, kind of thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. You feel them fruits are starting to come in, you know what I'm saying? So you're breaking it down to each one and each one.
Exactly. Because I think the best way to describe it, Supreme, is right now, like my base level, I feel really good. But then now, like I'm just trying to like take it to a higher level. And so when I don't deliver that oomph, you know what I mean? Then that's when the frustration comes in. And that's just all. All that is just me being zealous. That's all it is.
I agree with you, Mike.
Yeah. It's not like, oh man, you know, fuck, I'm a simp and I can't fight off this simp or anything. Or no, like not my simping is it's under control now, you know, versus before I would have like this back and forth battle with it. But now it's to the point where like it's like I'll use like a football term, for example. Like I'm trying to score an 80-yard touchdown on the first play kind of thing. That's where I get overzealous sometimes in my game, or I'll just try to deliver like the knockout blow in the first punch kind of thing, you know? You see what I'm trying to say?
I agree. I completely agree and feel you. It goes because I was that way too. I was very impatient, so I learned.
There we go. That's the word. That's the word.
I learned that you have to be very patient in this, especially, you know, because I can relate, like, you know, with us being, you know, in our 20s, you know, we want it now. It's like we see, you know, everybody else, all the other guys that's getting it early and, you know, now. So it's like we want it, you know, especially me, because I'm the youngest of 3 of my older sisters. So, you know, with me being a baby, everything came to me like now. So I had to learn, like, you know, grow into like, okay, I got to be patient. I got to wait. Everything takes time. Everything can't be hand given to me like, you know, like my parents did, because, you know, I was the baby of the family. I have to learn how to use that manipulation on women, but I have to be smooth and ease my way into it and take the time and the patience. But I feel what you're saying, bro. I completely agree.
You do that, you real game. Your game is real solid when you do it that way.
What you say, Sabrina? I'm sorry.
When you do it that way, your game is solid. You have a good foundation. I grew real slowly out there in the world also, but I didn't know that there were levels to it. I just kept growing and growing. When I didn't realize there were levels, so I got online and started, talking about the shit. But I'd actually grown through several different levels. I just didn't realize, I'm doing more and more in my shit. I get more and more power from women.
Yep. Sometimes you got to take the rejection too. You could go to the club, you may not get no numbers at all. Then the next time you come back, you score with every last one of them, getting their numbers and stuff. Then you're going out on constant dates and constantly getting late. So those situations happen. You all got to start somewhere with failure. Then it builds up to be a win.
Yeah,
I didn't know about numbers.
That's good, Shamar.
Numbers. I went to the club to get pussy. And if I didn't pull a pussy, then I would get her number and call her when I got home or when I left the club. Try to get her to come over that night or go over to her place that night. So I didn't really work with numbers. I went there to get ass. So we had different focuses. I didn't know about numbers. I didn't know what you did with numbers. I just went there to get pussy and meet chicks.
When I was doing it, it was mostly pagers back then. It wasn't no cell phone. It was pagers.
Yeah, I already been out. Yeah. See, I never did get a pager because I had females back then. I didn't want them reaching me. That was another way they could get a hold of me. I didn't want that shit. Because I knew I had one chick that she was like 17 years, she was younger than I was. She was a makeup artist. And I dated this chick for 8 years. Kept her around for 8 years, and I had all kind of females all over the place. And I didn't want her to be able to reach me. Because I was going to the clubs. And she's the one I would talk about. I come home to the club. If I didn't catch that night, I call her up. She come over, suck my dick, and click the heels, go back out the door. That was her. I didn't want to be able to reach me. I just had a house phone and with the answer machine on it, and I never, pick it up.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want you to get a hold of me easily, because then they could try to get you to commit to shit. And if I don't want to see them, I didn't pick up.
I'm like that. I'm like that today with my social media. Like, I barely get on that bitch. I barely get on it. And like a lot of my chicks are like, why don't you get on here? Why don't you post stuff or whatever? No. My main girl, she was like, I try to add you, but your account is, how like you have to add like a friend request or whatever. So she sent me a friend request and she was like, you haven't added me. And I was like, I don't get on that shit. I made up some bullshit. I was like, my previous ex caused a lot of drama on it. I didn't like it. I want to stay away from that. She understood. And then my two other chicks on my team, like they were like, I can't find you. And I'm like, I'm on there. You got to look, but they ain't gonna be able to find me. So I'm barely on that bitch. If anything, I go on there just to like read news or see what like one of my close friends or like what my brothers are doing. But then other than that, like you with the page, I'm the same way with my social media.
This is Facebook you talking about?
Facebook, Twitter. I don't have an Instagram. And then on what was it, the Snapchat thing? I barely post shit on there either.
Yeah.
So
here's what
to me. You taking pictures of everywhere, then people see where the fuck you going. Fuck that. There's certain areas I don't want people to know where the fuck I'm at. Next thing you know, they can send people to crack where you at. There's a lot of haters out here.
Then at the same time, let's say like you're like a lot of mistakes I see like I see other cats do is like they'll go on there. Let's say they're talking to a chick or they're trying to get they're trying to get with a chick, and then they're going on there and they're liking other chicks' stuff or they're posting comments. You're basically leaving like a paper trail, And then those chicks can, they can get it up. They can get all that together, put it in a dossier, and then be like, "Hey, what the fuck was X, Y, and Z?" And now your game's being put under the microscope. If anything, like. My bad. What was that?
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Oh, the only thing is like if they want to get anything out of me, they got to go through me. They're not going to go through other channels. That's just all I was going to say.
Yeah. I found a way when it comes to the Snapchat, of course, because it could disappear within 24 hours. But see, like with me, like what Tamara was saying, like you could post like a place you're at. So like with me, I'm posting stuff like me in the club and stuff. So I got like videos of like just in my history, so I can look and just to see for fun and everything. And to post just in general, like, just so chicks to see. But if it's certain chicks I don't want to see, I'll like go to their screen name and like block them for that night so they can't see me for that whole 24 hours and know like what I did.
That's smart, man. That's
yeah. I always like go to like certain chicks that I know that's like feeling me and that I know I'm kicking it heavy with and stuff. I'll like block them for that whole night so they won't see what club I was at. So they won't see the bras that were all over me that night, me dancing with them and everything. I'll like Snapchat. I definitely that little ghost little app. I definitely know how to be a ghost on Snapchat.
One of the brothers just came in the room. Wait, he just left.
I think he's getting headphones.
And Kadir and Hubert have something in common. They're both from West Africa, and they both speak very similar to each other.
You know, it's another thing.
And Kadir now has a Chinese girlfriend. You still got it, right, Kadir? I can't hear you.
Wow.
Hey, that's the guy. You did that video about him and his Chinese girl and the preacher, right?
Hold on, Kadir. You got it busted ass mic again. I'm gonna start talking about the Africans anymore. Y'all done never showed the right shit.
Do you know
like
conversations and all that big portfolio, and they throw it right into other people's faces?
What you say, Shamar?
On Facebook, all they gotta do on the phone is push a button and snap photo everything that you did on there.
Yeah. I don't really get on Facebook like that.
And throwing other people back if you try to get out of the problems and the troubles and situations.
Kadir, your something's going on here. Yeah, your camera's sideways, number one. And secondly, turn your camera around. Okay, there you are. All right.
It's a lot better.
You don't fuck sideways, do you? Shit. You're all fucked up, man. Oh. Remo's back.
Yeah, I'm headed for a view. I gotta go to a production meeting for a video, but I decided to check back on. I heard you mention my name again, Supreme.
Hey, Remo! I was talking about the bad phones. I'm gonna give Remo a complex. I better shut up. Okay, Kadir.
Hey. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Hear you now.
Yeah. Wait, say what?
That dot dash shit going on. Are you bugged?
Cut your balls off.
Got that Obama song.
You got some kind of African militant, are you? And they're bugging your system and shit? You gotta get away from the house, it looks like.
Yeah, my mic is kind of bad, so I went to my car.
Well, I can hear you now. That's good. Okay.
Can you hear me though?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, good. Hey, Remo is still here, right?
Yeah, Remo's here.
Hey, Remo, what's going on with the woman, man? Looks like you got two of them now. Oh, he can't talk?
He was here. I guess he's probably either getting dressed or getting ready to hit the road.
And always walking, man.
Yeah. Something to do with video production.
Yeah. No, I have it looks like I got two. I gotta hit them up a couple more times to solidify the contract, but they look like good free agents. I'm trying to get them on the squad.
Hey, nice, man, nice.
So that's what I'm working with right now.
That's good. Did you guys go to the movies or not? What happened? I haven't read that.
What happened? Say that again.
Did you guys end up at the movies or someplace?
No. That we went to the movies the first time. Then she just came by my place the second time. Yo, who's shooting? Yeah, who's next to a hurricane right now?
That would be Kadir. Roll your window up, Kadir, or turn your air conditioner off.
Real? Shoot, my bad. That's not you. That's not me.
No, it's not Kadir. I turned him down.
That's gotta be Remo. That's not me.
Hey, Remo, are you walking?
He muted his mic.
You need to give him that dresser.
Let's see. Yeah, it did go away. I think we got to be quiet, Christopher. Hey, Remo, that's you.
Okay, well I'm gonna bounce though because I gotta get on the train and head out. So I'm gonna holler at you guys later on the forum.
All right, then, brother.
All right, then, man.
Good. Yeah, it's nice and quiet now. And I think Christopher must be at home. Saw a woman walk by in the background. Okay, so Kadir, everything's good?
Yes, sir. Yeah, everything good. I've been trying to get a second one on my team for a little while now, but just keeps not working out.
Now everything blew out with the older chick, the rich chick, right?
Yeah, that one I just stopped. I just like don't even think about it anymore.
What do you think went wrong with that one? What do you think went wrong with that particular girl or woman?
With her, so what happened is since she was a lot older than me and she was in the military, and looks like she was using Craigslist a lot, so she had a couple guys on the side and she was trying to be the one controlling them, and calling, like she was calling me like almost every day, like all the time, and be like, hey, even she was like, oh, I have to know that you're busy and that I can't just get a hold of you all the time. Yeah. So that's kind of how it was. So just trying to like always get me to do things for her and pretty much be the one she can control, and it wasn't going that way. So I think she just realized that and just called it quits.
Gotcha. So she's basically looking for boys to control young black men.
Yeah, because like her husband used to like cook for her, do her dishes, get her out, like all that kind of shit. She told me all of that, so I was like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
And like
sorry.
When we went on our date,
Michael was from, but keep going, Kadir.
Yeah, when we went on our date, she was trying to. So we went to a store, we got a couple of drinks and we're talking, and then she wanted to go to Victoria's Secret, and I was like, no, we're not going there, and we went to another store instead, and so all that happened. And
well, question:
things were just.
Why did you go to Victoria's Secret? She would have tried on some bras for you, or some underwear and shit.
I don't know. She asked me that, and I was like, what the fuck? No, we're not going.
The lingerie, baby. Lingerie. No.
Nah, it was a woman's store, and I was like, I'm not trying to. Nah, fuck that shit.
I don't blame you.
Okay. You just don't.
So like she
Michael.
like, woo.
What's up, man?
Where's your family from?
Kenya.
Kenya, okay.
Oh, you're Kenyan too?
Yeah, I mean, I was born here in the States, but yeah.
You're.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm Kenyan.
Okay. So you and Hubert are Kenyan. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Looks like you froze up there, Kadir.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Lost you for a minute.
I can't even hear anyone talking. Everybody's talking at once.
I was to say something about the way Michael speaks versus Hubert. Hubert talks with his mouth closed, and Michael opens his mouth and speaks. And it's probably because he was raised here. But I was noticing that Brother Hubert, he talks, with his mouth closed, very, very looking close. And Kadir, when I first started coaching with Kadir used to speak the same way. He didn't open his mouth very wide to talk. And now he opens his mouth and speaks. Looks like somebody is fiddling around here. It's hard to hear. Now, I wonder if that's a regional thing. Anybody don't break your neck to answer.
I had to get back on my cell phone just to do this thing. I was on the computer at first. The computer started acting up, so I got back on my phone.
Did you just ask the question, Supreme?
Well, I was asking about the way that Hubert speaks, and Kadir enunciated his words that maybe it's a regional thing. Because when I first started working with Kadir, I'd have him keep repeating stuff because of his accent, and he wasn't opening his mouth wide like Hubert. And I noticed that Michael, who's from Kenya, he actually talks his mouth wide open, like loud words, enunciates.
Yeah, probably is a regional
thing that speak, with your mouth, like, speak over your teeth, not really open your mouth very wide.
I never noticed.
See, he doesn't open his mouth very wide. His teeth are there. He doesn't use his jaw when he talks. And that's the problem that Hubert is having. Hubert is over there in Ireland. And the Irish people, they didn't have a fucking accent. The Hubert's got an accent. So the two of them are having trouble communicating.
I definitely got to get into a Toastmasters class. I have to find some. I just have to actually get the time to actually get somewhere to sit. Like, I need at least a good week off, or maybe 2 at the most if I can, and actually get active in like Toastmasters and things like that. I want to actually do fencing.
Fencing?
Yeah, I want to try that out.
Interesting. That's a cool sport.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm open to do a lot of things. What'd you say, Shamar?
You could really slice somebody the fuck up doing that.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Good.
He wants to be like Zorro.
For real.
Bring a chick in, clothes drop to the ground, panties drop.
Yep. I remember that scene from the movie.
Supreme, I got a
Spanish yet? Are you learning Spanish?
I'm working on it. My girl, she's teaching me, the basics. I just now found out how to count to 25 in Spanish, so that's is working out well for me. The basics, just the basic, communication, just opening like hello, how are you, and if she speaks slow to me, I could kind of understand what she's saying. But she's like so into me. She's working on her English way more, than me trying to focus on my Spanish. Like, she'll send me like a video on Facebook message. I'll put that in the form about how she's been trying to like work on her English and everything, and wants me to come on back, to Mexico. So it's been well. So my Spanish is going well, but she wants to hop over into my world. Yeah, I'm Mr. International.
Yeah.
What's going on, bro? Yeah.
No, don't you know the basic Spanish to get a hold of? You're good.
I'm sorry, Shamar. What you say, bro?
You know the basic Spanish to get a hold of. Female seduction for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Kadir, why don't you talk to him in Spanish for a sec, see if he understands.
What?
Talk to him in Spanish, see if Michael can, or if Christopher can pick it up.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Oh, muy bien, también. ¿Y estás aprendiendo español o qué estás haciendo?
Hablo español poquito.
Oh, un poquito.
How's
¿Dónde
that?
estás aprendiendo? ¿Estás tomando clases?
Let me see. Were you asking me? Say it again.
¿Estás tomando clases de español?
Did you ask me how long? Did you just ask me how long did it take for me to learn Spanish, or did you just ask me that?
Wait, let me say it one more time. ¿Estás tomando clases?
Estás
tomando clases de español.
Try it slower.
Yeah, say it one more time. Say it real slow.
¿Estás tomando clases de español?
What? I'm trying to repeat what you said.
I think you just said.
Are you taking Spanish classes or what's up?
Oh, am I taking Spanish classes? I'm doing online courses. I'm doing online courses for Spanish classes for my online Spanish, and like I said, my girl, she teaches me every now and then and stuff. Like I said, the more, like I said, if I actually like put myself like into that environment and like listen to it, I could kind of grasp onto it. But it's like it's so much words to be jumbled because like in Mexico it's and like in Mexico and in South America, it's so much different. In South America, it's usted. And then in Mexico, it's y tú. So, you gotta kind of like break it up some. And then, especially like in Dominican Republic, it's the different barriers too. So so with me doing it online, I'm trying to like learn that. But then from me learning it online and then going like with my girl and she's speaking to me, she's like, oh, I get what you're trying to say, but it's not like that. Pretty much when you're doing schooling, it's pretty much grammar. But when you're talking with people, people like how they say you read as you talk or write as you talk. When you're having like conversation with them, you're not actually saying it like word for word for word. You're pretty much just going on about it, But I'm getting there and stuff. Like I said, it's gonna take about a friend of mine said it's gonna take at least 1 good year to a year and a half for you to actually just knock out the basics. It's gonna take about maybe 2 to 3 for you to be fluent. How long was it for you to learn? Kadir?
That's cool.
Your mic is shot, Kadir. It's still shot. We can't hear you. Nope.
Your mic's distorted.
Yeah, it's distorted. Type in the shout box how long it took you to learn Spanish. That's the difference about the brothers from Africa. They pick up languages really fast. They
Really
speak
do.
a lot of languages over there. Yeah, he'll be back in a second.
I know this Jamaican pilot, and he knows. He works with me, and he's a real cool brother, and he knows 5 different languages. He knows Spanish. He knows Vietnamese. He knows German, I believe.
Oh.
He knows a lot, and it's so much. And what amazes me is like how the brain can just like hold so much information. You know, it's 5 different languages, and he's very fluent with it too. Like, you know, he could just switch it up just like that. Like he just stepped into a different world. Like, wow, that's amazing.
Europeans in Western Europe are like that as well. They speak a ton of different languages. Oh, there he is. Try your microphone again, Kadir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
All right.
So the question was, how long did it take you to learn Spanish? Nah, you're just distorted still. You guys on phones, man. Your phones are distorted. Everything. Tomorrow, yours is really distorted. It's like we can't really hear your words. Look at you, got a big ass tub of whey powder.
Yep, this is on the main point. It says 24 grams of sodium in it,
If you could, when you get off this call, go back and mark the time. What time is it right now? It's 12:10. And you go back and listen to how you sound. We can't hear you.
With those whey proteins,
the microphones or whatever.
With those whey proteins, does it have like soy in it? Because I heard that soy is not like really good for us.
No, soy's not good for you.
soy in it at all.
No soy?
Can't see it. Get the soyless one type of protein powder. Make sure there's no soy in it. That'll make you start growing bitch tits. Smart, we can't hear you.
No.
No. Nope. Can't hear you, Shamar.
I think your mic's going in and out too, Shamar.
Yeah. Kadir, are you on your phone or on your laptop? A phone? Yeah. I'll just ask you on the site. Yes.
Supreme, have you heard of raw protein? It's like it's a protein shake, but I went to the vitamin shop and I got because I like to do like natural supplements. I like to take herbs and vitamins, B12, ginkgo biloba. I like to do a lot of I like to go the natural route. So I was reading up on raw protein. You think is that pretty good?
I'm not familiar with the brand called Raw Protein.
Okay. I've used it, but I mean, I've been consistent.
If you can give me the ingredients, what's in it, I can take a look at it. Shamar is sitting down for that lean whey stuff. It must have made it from vegetables because it's green.
Your mic is still going in and out.
That ain't worth talking. In the case, it's time for me to roll. All right, fellas. I'm out of here. You guys have a good day.
Have a good one. Appreciate the time.
Yeah, he had to roll.
I know I have another mic somewhere. Man, where?